Imagine a world where everyone thinks, behaves, and reacts the same way to every situation. Sounds monotonous, right? That's where personality psychology steps in. This fascinating field of study seeks to uncover the reasons behind our individual differences. It's the lens that allows us to see why each person is a unique blend of traits, quirks, and characteristics. Personality psychology is the scientific study of personality and its variation among individuals. It's not just about identifying traits, but also understanding how they come together to form the complex beings that we are. It's about discovering the psychological forces that shape our attitudes, behaviors, and experiences. It's about realizing that our individual differences are not random, but the result of intricate psychological processes. So, ready to dive into the fascinating world of personality traits? Hold on tight, because it's going to be an enlightening ride. Have you ever wondered why you are the way you are? The 5-factor model of personality might have some answers. Imagine your personality as an ocean, vast and unique. This ocean of personality is composed of 5 main currents, each representing a distinct trait. These currents are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. You might know these traits by their popular acronym OCEAN. Let's embark on a journey to explore these currents, shall we? First up, we have openness. This trait involves our capacity for creativity and our willingness to experience new things. Those with high openness might be curious, inventive, and open-minded, while those with lower openness might be more cautious and prefer familiar routines. Next, we encounter conscientiousness. This trait is all about our level of organization, responsibility, and dependability. Highly conscientious individuals are typically reliable, well-organized, and diligent, while those lower in conscientiousness might be more spontaneous and less focused on details. As we journey further, we meet extroversion. This trait is about our level of sociability, assertiveness, and emotional expressiveness. High extroverts are often outgoing and energetic, while introverts, or those lower in extroversion, might be more reserved and solitary. Our 4th current is agreeableness. This trait reflects our level of compassion, cooperativeness, and likability. Highly agreeable individuals are often friendly, compassionate, and cooperative, while those lower in agreeableness might be more competitive and even somewhat confrontational. Finally, we come to neuroticism, the last current in our ocean. This trait involves our tendency towards experiencing negative emotions, such as anxiety, anger, or depression. Individuals with high neuroticism are often sensitive and may experience mood swings, while those lower in neuroticism might be more emotionally stable and less easily upset. Remember, everyone has a unique combination of these traits, which is what makes us all so different yet so similar. But the Big Five isn't the only game in town. There are other theories that offer different perspectives on personality. One such theory is Eysenk's 3 dimensions of personality. This theory, developed by psychologist Hans Eysenck, suggests that personality can be reduced down to 3 major traits: extroversion, neuroticism, and psychoticism. Extroversion refers to our level of sociability and outgoingness, neuroticism to our emotional stability, and psychoticism to our level of impulsivity and our tendency towards rule-breaking behavior. Next, let's take a step back in time to Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory. Freud, often considered the father of psychology, proposed that our personality is largely shaped by unconscious forces. He believed that our behaviors, thoughts, and feelings are driven by a dynamic interplay between 3 elements of the mind: the ID, the ego, and the superego. And then there's Carl Jung's analytical psychology. Jung, a student of Freud, agreed with the idea of the unconscious mind, but he also introduced the concept of the collective unconscious. This is a kind of universal memory bank that holds all the experiences and knowledge of the human race. Jung also proposed the idea of archetypes, universally understood symbols or themes that influence our behaviors and perceptions. Each of these theories, Eysenk's 3 dimensions, Freud's psychoanalytic theory, and Jung's analytical psychology, offer unique insights into personality. They remind us that personality is a complex construct, influenced by a multitude of factors, from our biological makeup to our unconscious mind and even our collective experiences as a species. These theories, while different, all aim to explain the complexities of our personalities. So next time you wonder why you act the way you do, remember that your personality is not just a simple checklist of traits. It's a rich tapestry woven from many different threads, each one contributing to the unique person you are. How does being an extrovert or an introvert affect how we behave? Let's explore this. Imagine a scale with extroversion on one end and introversion on the other. This is a simple way to visualize one aspect of our personality traits. Most of us fall somewhere in between these two extremes, exhibiting behaviors of both types depending on the situation. Extroverts are often described as outgoing, sociable, and energetic. They tend to seek out social situations and thrive on the energy of being around others. This might mean they're more likely to go to parties, engage in group activities, or strike up a conversation with a stranger. Their behavior is driven by their need for social stimulation and their comfort in the company of others. On the other side of the scale, we have introverts. Introverts are typically seen as quiet, reserved, and introspective. They often prefer solitary activities or spending time with a small group of close friends. This doesn't mean they're antisocial or shy, but rather that they find large social gatherings draining and require time alone to recharge. Their behavior is influenced by their need for personal space and their comfort in their own company. Now, it's important to note that these are just tendencies, not absolute rules. An extrovert might enjoy a quiet evening at home reading a book, and an introvert might enjoy a lively party. Our behavior is influenced by our personality traits, but it's not dictated by them. Also, our personality traits can change over time. Life experiences, personal growth, and even aging can shift our traits along the scale. A person might become more extroverted as they gain confidence or more introverted as they become more introspective. In addition, our traits can influence our behavior in more subtle ways. For instance, an extrovert might be more likely to take risks, while an introvert might be more cautious. A person high in conscientiousness might be very organized and punctual, while someone low in this trait might be more spontaneous and flexible. Our personality traits can guide our behaviors, but remember, they don't define us. Our personalities can also influence our mental health. Let's see how. There's a fascinating interplay between personality traits and mental health. To understand this, we need to delve into the realm of personality psychology. Some personality traits can predispose us to certain mental health conditions. For instance, people with high levels of neuroticism, a trait characterized by emotional instability and tendency towards negative emotions, are more likely to experience mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. This isn't to say that if you're high in neuroticism, you're destined to have these conditions, but there's a higher likelihood compared to those with lower levels of neuroticism. On the flip side, certain traits can act as protective factors. High levels of conscientiousness, a trait linked to being organized, responsible, and hardworking, can serve as a buffer against mental health issues. Conscientious individuals tend to have better coping mechanisms and healthier habits, which can help maintain good mental health. But it's not as straightforward as it seems. The relationship between personality traits and mental health is not a one-way street. Mental health conditions can also influence our personality traits. For instance, prolonged periods of depression can make a person appear more introverted and less open to new experiences. Moreover, it's important to remember that personality traits are not definitive predictors of mental health conditions. They are just one piece of a complex puzzle that includes genetic factors, life experiences, and environmental influences. Understanding this relationship between personality traits and mental health can empower us. It can help us make sense of our feelings and behaviors, and importantly, it can guide us in seeking help when needed. If we notice that certain aspects of our personality are causing distress or difficulty in our lives, professional help such as therapy or counseling can be beneficial. So, while our personality traits can play a role in our mental health, they don't have to define us. We can still take steps to manage our mental health and lead fulfilling lives, regardless of our personality traits. The connection between personality and mental health is complex, but understanding it can help us take better care of ourselves. Are we born with our personalities, or do they develop over time? It's the age-old question of nature versus nurture. Diving into this intriguing debate, let's start by considering the role of genetics. Our DNA, handed down from our parents, lays the groundwork for certain personality traits. For instance, research has found genetic links to traits such as extroversion and neuroticism. This suggests that if your parents are outgoing and sociable, there's a good chance you could be too. However, our genes are not destiny. They merely set the parameters within which our personality can develop. This is where the environment or nurture comes into play. Our experiences, starting from the moment we're born, begin to shape our personalities. The way we are raised, the culture we grow up in, the friends we make, the hardships we endure. All of these experiences can mold our character, influence our attitudes, and even alter the way we respond to the world. Let's take an example. Imagine two individuals who are genetically predisposed to be introverted. One grows up in a bustling city, constantly interacting with a diverse range of people, while the other is raised in a quiet, rural environment. Despite their genetic similarities, their personalities may develop differently due to their contrasting experiences. But it's important to note that nurture doesn't just mean external experiences. It also includes our internal responses to these experiences. Our thoughts, feelings, and reactions to situations can significantly influence our personality development. So in the end, the question isn't whether our personality is determined by nature or nurture. It's about how these two forces interact. It's about how our genetic predispositions are shaped by our experiences. It's about how our environment can trigger certain genetic potentials. In essence, our personality is a complex interplay of our genetic blueprint and our life experiences. It's a dynamic process, ever-changing and ever-evolving. So both our genes and our experiences shape who we are. It's a delicate balance of nature and nurture. Now that we've explored the world of personality psychology, you might be wondering about your own personality traits. In the vast universe of personality psychology, each one of us is a unique constellation of traits and factors. So how about we embark on an exciting journey to explore and understand our own personality? Start by being curious. Ask yourself questions. What makes you happy, sad, or excited? How do you react to various situations? Your answers are the first steps towards understanding your own personality. Next, practice self-reflection. This is a powerful tool that can help you understand your actions and reactions. It's like having a conversation with your inner self. You can do this while meditating, writing a journal, or even while taking a walk. The key is to be honest with yourself and open to discovering new aspects of your personality. Now, let's talk about personality tests. You might have come across some of these online, such as the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator or the Big Five personality test. These tests can provide a framework to help you understand your personality traits. However, remember that these tests are tools, not definitive answers. They can guide you, but they don't define you. You can also seek feedback from others. People who know you well can offer valuable insights into your personality. But remember to take their feedback with a grain of salt. After all, your perception matters the most. Finally, remember that your personality isn't set in stone. It's fluid, changing as you grow and experience new things. So don't be afraid to reassess and rediscover yourself from time to time. Exploring your personality can be a fascinating journey. It's like piecing together a puzzle, each piece revealing a little more about who you are. But, like any journey, it's not always easy. There may be parts of yourself that surprise or even challenge you. That's okay. Embrace it. After all, it's these differences that make us unique. Remember, understanding your personality is a journey, not a destination. So take your time and enjoy the process. We've journeyed through the realm of personality psychology, and we hope you found it as fascinating as we do. In our exploration, we've unearthed the five-factor model of personality, a cornerstone in the field, which captures the essence of our individuality through 5 dimensions: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Each of these traits exists in all of us, yet the degrees to which they manifest create the beautiful mosaic of human individuality. We've also delved into other theories of personality, which add further nuance to our understanding. From Carl Jung's archetypes to Alfred Adler's individual psychology, each theory provides a unique lens through which to view the complexities of our personalities. The link between personality traits and behavior was another key stop in our journey. We've seen how our personality traits influence our actions, reactions, and interactions with the world around us. Whether it's an extrovert thriving in a bustling social setting or a conscientious individual meticulously planning their day, our personality traits guide us in subtle yet profound ways. Equally important was our exploration of the intersection between personality traits and mental health. Understanding this connection can be essential in fostering well-being and resilience, and in managing psychological challenges. The age-old debate of nature versus nurture in personality development was yet another intriguing point of discussion. We've seen how both genetics and environment work hand in hand to shape our personalities in intricate and often unpredictable ways. Lastly, we've encouraged you to explore your own personality, to understand its unique combination of traits and factors, and to appreciate its dynamic nature. The field of personality psychology offers a fascinating lens through which to view ourselves and others. It helps us appreciate the beauty of individual differences and the richness they add to our collective human experience. As you continue your journey of understanding, remember that every personality is unique, and that's what makes the world such a fascinating place. Explore, understand, and celebrate your uniqueness. Before we wrap up this fascinating exploration into the realm of personality psychology, we'd like to remind you of a few things. If you've enjoyed this journey as much as we have, don't forget to hit that like button. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot to us. Your comments are also invaluable. They help us understand your thoughts, and they guide us in making more content that you'll find interesting and enriching. Have you discovered something new about yourself or others? Do you have a personal story or observation related to anything we've discussed? Share your insights in the comment section below. Your perspective adds to the richness of this learning community. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll be among the first to know when we release new videos. Our journey into the world of psychology is far from over, and we'd love for you to continue exploring with us. Thank you for watching.